few days ago, and in yesterday's class we have tested the significance of the given sample with the help of some question, and also discussed about the confidence limits and the region of acceptance or region of rejection. Now let us continue with the same. And today we shall discuss the testing of significance for difference between two propositions. So we shall discuss about the difference between two propositions. So it is also very easy to check, and for this we should have two samples. This is the only difference between today's class and yesterday's class. In yesterday's class we were having only one sample, but in today's class we will have two samples with different sample size. And the question is, a machine has produced 16 defective items out of 500. After overhauling, it produced three defective items out of 100. Earlier, it was producing 16 defective items, and now after overhauling means some kind of repair, it has produced three defective items out of 100. But obviously, ratio has been decreased now. Proportion has been decreased now. Now we have to check whether the machine has been improved or not. So we shall take the null hypothesis, and the null hypothesis has been taken accordingly. But before this, we should write down what is the first sample size, 500, and what is the second sample size, 100. And now you can find out the two proportions. And also we have x1 is 16 and x2 is 3. So these are the values of the defective items out of the two samples. So out of the two samples, we were having 16 defectives out of the first sample, and the three defectives out of second sample of 100 items. Now you can calculate the proportions x1 over n1, that will be 16 upon 500. You can calculate and it will come out to be 0.032. Similarly, we can calculate P2, the second proportion, and that will be 3 upon 100. We shall calculate that will be 0.03. So P1 is there, P2 is there, and after calculating P1 and P2, we can find out the probability of the population, and that is the capital P, and the formula is calculating P1 N1 plus P2 N2. This is the formula for two samples only, two samples with different proportions, and we shall calculate the value of capital P after using this, and it will come out to be 0.032. You can check it, and you know that if a capital P is this, you can calculate capital Q, and that will be 1 minus 0.032, and it will come out to be 0.968. Now, this is the probability of improvement we have been calculated, and, we shall have, this is the probability after overhauling, we can say. Now, let us come to the null hypothesis. The null hypothesis, we will suppose that the machine has not been improved, or you can say that you can also write down the null hypothesis in writing that the machine which is producing the items, the machine has not been improved due to overhauling. So this will be the null hypothesis we are assuming. It means earlier the probability of producing the defective, suppose we are taking P1, and now after all overhauling, the probability of producing defective, suppose we are taking P2. So what does it mean? Probability of earlier defecting and probability of now defecting after overhauling is the same. And the alternative hypothesis is both probabilities are not same. If both probabilities are not same, then obviously after overhauling the probability has been P2, and it means the defective item probability earlier is greater than P2. That probability should be bigger than P2, because if the probability of producing defective earlier is bigger than the probability of producing defective now is bigger, it means the earlier we are producing more, earlier the machine was producing more defective items, but now it is producing less defective items. So this is a two-tailed, this is a right-tailed test actually we should take. So under the null hypothesis, we can calculate the test statistics. Z is named always as test statistic, and the new formula is P1 minus P2. This small P1 P2, and it is in the denominator capital PQ over into 1 over N1 plus 1 over N2. N1, N2 are sample sizes. So this is 0.032 minus 0.03, and it is divisible by capital P, 0.032 into 0.968 into 1 over 500 plus 1 over 100. So you can substitute the value, and now you can calculate after making the certain calculation, that is 0.104. So this is your value, the calculated value of test statistic. It is calculated, it means a small as a subscript can be written as calculated, CAL. So CAL stands for calculated value. So you can take the absolute value of that, and absolute value will also be same because it does not contain any negative sign. And because it is a question of a right-tailed test, and the question of a two-tailed test in the table, we will have to use the table value. And for the two-tailed test, the table value is 1.96 at 5% level of significance. And for right tail test, it is 1.645. And for a left tail test, it is a negative 1.645. All these values are at 5% level of significance. Because this is a question of a right tailed, so this value will be used. So this is less than 1.645. And what is this? This is the tabulated value, or you can say that this is Z tab at 5% level of significance. And if the calculated value is less than the table value, it means the null hypothesis is accepted. This was already done in previous class. Therefore, H naught is accepted. What does it mean? It means, therefore, the machine has not improved due to overhauling. It means whatever we have supposed or as a hypothesis, this is accepted that really the machine has not been improved after overhauling it. So this was the question of a difference of two proportions. You will always use the formula this one for calculating test statistics, and you will use the formula for calculating probability, capital P, like this. These are two samples with proportions P1 and P2 can be calculated. Small p1 is for proportion, and small p1, p2 is also for proportion, but capital P is for probability of the population. Now, One more question we have. In two large populations, there are 30% and 25% fair-haired people. Fair, hair people are here. In two large populations, is this difference likely to be hidden in two samples of size 1200 and 900 respectively from the two proportions? So what is the probability first? That is 30% mean 0.3. What is the probability second? That is 0.25 percentage. Divide by 100. Now what is n given to us? First sample 1200, second sample 900. Obviously these are large samples. The null hypothesis is that, is this a difference likely to be hidden in samples? Yes. The two proportions are same. P1 is equal to P2. Means difference in the population proportion is likely to be hidden. It can be written difference in two population proportion is likely to be hidden. Likely to be hidden means it can be hidden. So obviously if P1 is equal to P2 is the null hypothesis, then its alternative will be just converse of it. This is not equal. Means difference cannot be hidden. It is obviously be visible. So this is the proportion, population proportion. Now you can calculate a test statistic, and the new formula for calculating test statistic is this one, because this is the question of a large sample it is given to us. Earlier it was also a large sample, but earlier we were given the statement like this that we will be able to find out proportion. But now the question is of probabilities, and the formula will be like this: P1 minus P2. Now, capital P1 P2 will be used, and this will be capital P1 Q1 over N1 plus capital P2 Q2 over N2. This is the new formula. If the question is given like this, so you will use the formula like this. So always be careful while the formula we are using. We shall use the formula according to the statement of the question. This is also the question of difference of two samples. So you can substitute the value 0.3, 0.25, and you can substitute zero point 0.3 into zero point 0.7 divided by 1200 plus 0.25 into 0.65 or 75 divided by 900. We can calculate the calculated value 2.5376. So this is your calculated value, and you can write on Z calculated 2.5376, and this value is greater than 1.96. This is a two-tailed test, and this is the table value. Is the table value or tabulated value? Value of Z at 5% level of significance. And if calculated value is bigger than table value, then the null hypothesis is rejected. Therefore, H naught is rejected. If null hypothesis is rejected, then alternate hypothesis is accepted. So it means P1 should not be equal to P2. What does it mean? It cannot be hidden. What cannot be hidden? Difference in the two population proportions cannot be hidden. Mean the samples will not reveal. Now, the question comes that at 1%, at 5% level of significance, the value is 1.96. But at 1% level of significance, let us check the value. The value is 2.33. This is also less value. At a 1% level of significance for two-tailed test, this come out to be 2.58. Okay, at 1%. So if the question comes for 1% level of significance, so 2.5376 value is less than table value at 1% level of significance. So 1% at 1% level of significance, this null hypothesis is accepted. But at high percent level of significance, this null hypothesis is rejected. So be very careful while you are doing so. And the table of acceptance of rejections at 1% level of significance, 5% and 10% has been given on the book. You can note the standard values from the book. So this is the question of a difference of two proportions. Now we shall have testing of significance for single mean. This is another type, testing of significance of single mean. So you can make the testing of this if single mean is given. Straightaway come to the questions and very easy to apply. A question is given. A normal population has a mean 6.8. So mu population mean is taken as 6.8 and the standard deviation is 1.5. This is given to us. A sample of 400 members has been taken and it means n is equal to 400 and this sample gives us a mean 6.75. So this is the sample mean and sample mean is denoted by x bar. Be careful. Now we are asking that is the difference significant? This is the population mean, this is the sample mean. I am again repeating this. Population is always bigger than a sample because a sample is taken from a population. You can take the example that suppose in the Punjab we have a population of students in the college. I'm just supposing. Suppose the population of the students in the colleges only, and that is near about 10 lakh. I'm just supposing. And we want to measure the average marks scored by them in the final exams of first year, final exams only. Because we are taking all the college students and the average marks of all the population students is given. Suppose the average marks out of 100 comes out to be 65, but we are taking a sample. Suppose we are taking a sample of 2000 students and the average marks scored by these two students, 2000 students, comes out to be 62. So this is the average of sample and this is the average of population. And this mean is x bar and this mean is mu. So they are asking that is this difference is significant? So we shall apply. We cannot say that there is a negligible difference straight away. And we should apply certain test to check because this is the case of large sample. So it is very sensitive to check that is this difference is significant or not. So we shall take the null hypothesis always on positive side that there is no significant difference between the means. Between the means mean population mean and sample mean. H1 alternate hypothesis and you can say that in this case you can say that both are same. But alternative hypothesis says that there is a significant difference between these two means. What does it mean? X bar is not equal to mu. So you can calculate the test statistics the formula. This is the formula of testing of a single mean, that is this one, and we shall substitute the values 6.75, 6.8, 1.5 divided by square root of 400. So this will be negative of 0.67. So you will always take Z modulus as I have talked earlier. So its absolute value will be 0.67. So this is your Z calculated. But we should check because there is no level of significance given. So standard level of significance is 5%. So Z calculated is come out to be 0.67 and this value is less than 1.96. And what is this? This is Z tabulated. Tabulated means stable value at 5% level of significance. So whenever the calculated value is less than table value, null hypothesis is accepted. So the null hypothesis is accepted. What does it mean? There is no significant difference between the population mean and the sample mean. So this is very easy way to check the difference of a single mean. I'm talking about a single mean. Single mean means a single sample has been taken. Then in next class we shall discuss about, or after this we shall discuss about the difference between two sample means. So this is the question of a single mean. Let us do one more question. And the question is, an ambulance service company claims that on an average it takes 20 minutes between a call for an ambulance and the patient arrival at the hospital. Mean the ambulance company claims that they take only 20 minutes to take the patient to the hospital after making call to them. So if in 6 calls, the time taken between a call and arrival at hospital, in 6 calls mean a sample of 6 is there. So in a 6 call, time taken between a call and arrival at hospital is 27 minutes in first call, 18 minutes after second call, 26 minutes third call, 15 minutes in fourth call, 20 minutes have been taken for taking to the hospital after making call, and last 32 minutes have been taken. So the question is, can the company's claim is acceptable or can be accepted? Can the company's claim be accepted? So this is your question. And what is the company claiming? That they take average time to take to the hospital as a 20 minutes. It means this is the population mean, and that is the 20, and this is the sample we have, and you can calculate the sample mean 27 plus 18 plus so on, at last 32 out of 6, it come out to be 23. You can calculate the sample mean, and you know that in this formula we should have sigma. This sigma we should have, and for calculating sigma, and because this is the sample, a small sample has been given, this sigma can be replaced with a small s, and the value for calculating the small s, the formula is this. This is the formula for calculating the s, that is sigma xi minus x bar divided by n minus 1. So 1 over 6 minus 1, this is we can take. First value is 27 minus average is 23 square. This is the um, displacement from the values of the mean. This is also said to be the mean deviation from the mean. So 23 square plus 26 minus 23 square. Third value. Fourth value is 15 minus 23 square plus 20 minus 23 square plus 32 minus 23 square. This formula is applicable over here. Now you can calculate the value, and the value come out to be 40.8, and this is s square. S is a square root of 40.8, and this come out to be 6.387. Because the sample is small, that is why we are denoting sigma by s. And in the question, we also use small s in the formula. The test statistic is z mod x bar minus mu upon s upon square root n. This is the formula we have. Now, the null hypothesis should be supposed that the mean is the same, and alternative hypothesis is the mean is not equal to 20, greater than 20 or less than 20. Both are possible. And what is 20? 20 minutes. It is the time taken by the ambulance for taking the patient to the hospital after making call to the company. So you can substitute the values, and that is 23 minus 20 upon 6.387, and divide by n, and n come out to be square root of 6. Now you can calculate the value, and it come out to be 1.15. Now this is the calculated value of test statistic Z, and clearly the value of Z 1.15 is less than 1.96 is the table value of test statistic Z at 5% level of significance. Calculated value is less than table value, so the null hypothesis is accepted. H naught is accepted means what we have supposed that their claim of the company is good. Means it is justified that they are saying that on an average they take 20 minutes to take to the hospital. But this is at 5% level of significance. Remember, you can also check at 1%, you can also check at 10% at home. You can check whether their claim is justified or not. So you must do the practice of these questions. Okay, this was the question of single mean and difference of mean with the population. But next we shall do questions of two samples. And, little difference is there. We will talk about two samples, and two samples will be taken, and if two samples are there, n1 and n2, their mean will also be there, x1 bar, x2 bar. This will be the mean of two samples. The question is, straight away come to the question. The average income of persons was 210 average income, and this is the average of a first sample and their standard deviation. The sample standard deviation is 10. Second sample has been taken, and the average income of the second sample in the city is 220, and this is the sample of 150%, and the first sample will be of 100%. So N1 is 100, N2 is 50, S2 is also given, and the standard deviation of the second sample is 12. Now the question they are asking, test whether there is any significant difference between the average incomes of two samples. These are the two samples are taken for two localities. This is locality 1, and this is for locality 2. Now you have to check whether the difference is significant or not. But we shall suppose that there is no significant difference. So there is no significant difference between their average income, between the average income of two localities. So it means locality is complete, and out of the locality we have taken n1, and how many n1 we have taken? 100, and we have taken n2 150. But there will be the population of L1, locality 1, and locality 2 will be more. So obviously it will have population, and then it will have a population mean. So there is no significant difference between the population means of these two localities. So if H1, H0 has been supposed, then H1 will be there. There is no significant difference. Its converse will be there is a significant difference. Either mu1 is bigger than mu2, or either mu2 is bigger than mu1. So this is the question we have. Now, only difference is the difference of a formula, and the formula is this one: x1 bar minus x2 bar, and divide by s1 square over n1 plus s2 square over n2. So we just substitute the values. It comes out to 7. Negative value is there. Negative 7.1428. So after calculating this, but you know that we shall always take its absolute value. So 7.1428. Now the level of significance not given, so we shall take 5%. But this value is bigger than 1.96 at a 5% level of significance. This calculated value is bigger than table value. Null hypothesis is rejected. So if a null hypothesis is rejected, clearly alternate hypothesis is accepted. So what does alternate hypothesis say? That there is a significant difference between the average income of these two populations. So this is the final conclusion that their income, the income in the two localities is significantly different. So this is the question of difference of two sample means. Now we shall continue in the next class. Thank you very much.